This is the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of June 2021, and we are here at Eri House, Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture, and our guest today is Chief John Ibebunam Obika, popularly known as CT. And our topic today is Igbo Ameze, and the program is Ofu Igbo, where we explore the meaning and significance of certain Igbo phrases, adages, and usages by means of which the Igbo people communicate among themselves. And like I said, today we are interested in the phrase Igbo Ameze. Once again, Chief Obika, you are welcome to the house.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We've been wanting to have you here, and we are very happy that that dream is realized today. So what can you tell us about the Igbo usage, Igbo Ameze? What does it mean, and how did it originate?
Thank you very much, young man, Gwese. Igbo Enweze, Igbo Ameze. What's the same thing? Igbo Enweze, Igbo Ameze. What's the same thing? But Igbo Maleze and Igbo Meleze. Yes. That's why I used to tell people that Umwe is the head of Igbo nation. Some care to listen and they believe. There's no politics about that. Yes, I remember when I was a small boy with my father. My father, Eko Obika. They were the custodians of Umwe clan. Where the Igbo started, from my own perspective and witnesses, it's when Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, when they come for campaign in Emmanuel Church, Umwe. Instead of them, as the Igbo Ameze, they will have evidence in Mbede Mwe. A person of, I remember his name, it's our Ezra. Now, what these politicians did in the eastern region, so when they come for their campaign, they look for those that follow the missionaries, those that serve the missionaries, that is a little bit enlightened. They will go to them in the villages. I don't know why. Maybe because those people can read and write somehow, I don't know. Now, those the traditional rulers, the elders, will push back. Then they will go to this the missionaries' boys those days. They go to their houses, they interact with them. Those people come to the square and speak to the people. At a time, they stop paying homage to the elders, which they used to do for money. As time goes on, these politicians began to certificate these men they call chiefs, from warrant chiefs to chiefs. That is thing I want. Listen to this. Umweri, as the head of Igbo land, we have Eze. And our Eze is here. And the Igbe as well. Who are the Igbes? The Igbes are the priests. Those that consult the Sharians in Umweri of their military. Then say mobility. And then Bala Igbe. Every priest in Umweri is called Igbe. Igbe. Eze is there as the king. You can remember Judge of Opopo. You can remember so many of them. So many of them. There are people like Amobi, Umadi, Ibariam, and go there. They are the people that serve the missionaries. So this politician begin to certificate them. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What I'm trying to prove to you today is that the priests. So when I'm talking about Umweri from Israel, remember King David and so on and so on in Israel. Eh? Remember? Then, remember those they call the priests. The priests, nothing like that, priests. The same thing here in Umweri, you have priests here. The people that serve the Shirans, the people that go to the Shirans, the people that consult the spirits, and we call the Igbes. In Umweri, and the people they call the Igbe, in Umweri here, till tomorrow, they are still there. We still call them Igbe. But the kings are the Ezes. Remember this full language. But today, the politicians, that's why one day, they were told them, when they were talking about you, they have not sanctioned some people because they went down with that. Who are you? The Igbes have been, the Ezes have been existing before. What kind of certificate do you give them? These are the people where God has anointed. The Ezes have been anointed by God. What kind of dirty certificate are you giving them? Who told you so? You tell your father, you have a son before him. Is that what you're trying to prove? I said it. But then look at these people. What are they trying to say? You sanction them. You give them certificate. The essence has been existing. But we're talking of freebase. Yes, we get the certificate. We are free to take a certificate. But you have no right ever with that. Nothing concerns the politician to anybody with the essence. Now, go to Israel. There's this king. I remember his name in the book of Hebrews that says he went to the temple to serve or to do something. The Rabbi told him that you are not fit to enter there. The one that come out with leprosy. Yes, thank you very much. You are not fit. Even when today, there's no other place, other invitation. The banner Guaro. The day before the arrow, the exit, we go to that inner court in Israel. They say
the Holy of Holies.
Holy of Holies. You know where you have it in Arrow. Holy of Holies. Only the exit. And the priest will consult. The priest will tell him what is going to happen next year. How to farm, what will happen, whether there will be bounties or there will be problems or there and there. Only the exit. with two of them alone. The chief priest will be at the second court. After, this is between 3, 4, 5 a.m. Then the other will come out from the inner court and tell their judge what the spirits have said. Their judge, they will come to the people.
So we are saying it's not the agenda that enters into
No. Our last Igwe did not enter there for one day because they will die. Because it is not, he has no right, not our essay.
I'm talking about the agenda.
The agenda cannot go.
We are saying
it's there.
Okay, what about what happens in the in a case of an interregnum when there is no Ezer, no sitting, no reigning Ezer? Who then does the Ogwaro? Who then enters?
Thank you. That is why we are trying to put this in order. So-called wise men or so-called take age. This is where our culture and custom come in. They want to manipulate. That is where custom and culture come. They want, they are manipulating. I'm warning them. And that is why today, we have searched for our Ezer who died so many years ago. And we have go to including our constitution today. General Assembly. The people of the same way that owns the Ezer 4 or 5 years as petition to UGA that man died so many years ago cannot be buried. Even if Ezer does not die, we do the ceremony. There were two of our, one is Igwe, one is Ezer. And we, the people of the Ezer, and have petition, and UGA, General Assembly, accepted that both must be given last burial on condition that every quarter, if the Kenya will contribute to 1 million to pay the debt for the burial of the two Ezer and Igwe. The same way that giving their own. And the Igwe Nokoye has been given his definitive burial, last burial ceremony, remaining the Ezer. I want to see this opportunity to let Malaриans know that when we are talking about Igwaro, we must produce an Ezer that is going there to represent us. We must respect our culture and custom, please, gentlemen, please, Nigerians. More especially Igbo clan, Igbo. Igbo are peculiar people.
Well, Chief, for one thing, this is the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture, and our topic is, the program is Ofundibo, Sayings of the Igbo People. You are particularizing it to Umweri, we are particularizing it to Umweri. So we are looking at the topic as it touches all Igbo people, that there is a belief, widespread belief, that Igbos don't have kings. Igbo Ameze, Igbos don't know about kingship. So that is what we are looking at. I really, your insight into what happens during the Igwaro ceremony, which takes place every year, I'm hearing for the first time from you, because all I knew all along was that night before the Igwaro morning, the Ajie will retire to that holy of holies
No,
and then
not
come out to Guaro, to make the statement of the oracle in the morning. But you are now saying that normally it is the Eze that withdraws into that holy place and comes back to tell the Ajir the result, what the spirits say. You are standing by that's what happens. And then I asked, if that is so, what about this period? Now, talking about Umeri, this period when Umeri has no sitting Eze. How has the Iguaro thing been handled? Since there is no Eze who will enter into the most holy place according to you to come out to tell the idea.
Maybe you did not hear me well. I said that is why we are warning Umeri airport to go and give the fitting burial to the Eze. That another one will emerge. It's constitutional. That is why we are crying with the elders. Today, I remember of what we call Ndi Ojiana Umwe. I am a member. So we are telling them, you youths, to go and do the necessary. That's the Iguaro will start and end in exactly what it's supposed to be. So what is another need to Umwe? When the heads are bad. So Umwe is the head of Igbo race.
Okay, so
what applies to Umwe, they will go from us.
It just percolates to the rest of Igbo land.
They will be coming here to take from us, to know their culture, to know their custom.
So now let's.
I
get your point. I get your point, and I get what you mean now. So, but what the topic is Igbo Ameze. That there is this widespread belief among people, even outside Igbo land, that the Igbo Enweze, Igbos don't have kings, and the Igbo Ameze, Igbos don't recognize kingship. Don't recognize kingship. Now you are saying, and you have cited examples, that Igbos do have kings, so that the phrase Igbo Enweze is actually an assumption, a stereotype, because you are saying, and you have cited examples, that Igbo Nweze. And if Igbo Nweze, then that means that Igbo Maeze, they know about kingship. So in that case, how did the phrases Igbo Enweze and Igbo Ameze come about?
Listen carefully. I've said it before. I told you it's politicians. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, blessed memory, our father. The Nigerian father. The Moses of Nigeria. The Nigeria must believe it. The way they came, politicking within the villages. I said they go to this these people that these housemates of missionaries. I mentioned the Izigo. I mentioned the Amobi. I mentioned the Yamaneke. I mentioned this man of the barrier, Umayati. So when these politicians came, instead of them going to bow for the essence, listen and listen carefully. When they come to bow for the essence and do things according to our custom and culture, they go to those learned ones. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You have to ask question. The one you don't understand. So they ignore our traditional essence, calling them ritualists. Because they follow the missionaries. So they brought should I say Christian issue into it. Then what they did is that those the people they gave chiefs, foreign chiefs. They interact with them. They begin to certificate them. Leaving our elders don't act. I cited the example. Now when we say we are from, we are the Jews. Example, I told you about some kings in Israel. I told you about chiefs, the priests. I told you our priest here is called Igwe. Remember this?
Yes, you did.
Today in Umwe, in Agulerio, within this area, the priests are called Igwe. The kings are called Eze. But politicians wanted to. Politicians are in short, they eliminated our Eze.
But it is generally believed that Igbos don't have kings because by the time they left Israel, kingship had not been introduced into Israel. At the time the Igbo people migrated from Israel, kingship, it was before the time of Samuel, before the time of Saul, and before the time Samuel anointed Saul to be king. And by that time, as is believed, the Igbo people had left Israel before Israel started to have kings. And so they never knew about kings, Igbo Ameze. And they never had kings, Igbo Enweze. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you very much. I want to let you know this. Human beings are original, direct from God. Every human being has an instinct. That instinct is your wisdom given to you. What are you talking about? When Moses was leading these people, and when he looked around and they were so numerous, what did he say? These people are too much for me. This is where the king had to come. The head had to come, not priests. When Moses was leading these people from out of Egypt, when they are about to enter, he saw their people. He said, how can I? Only me alone. Go to your clan. 12 clans of Israel. Go to your clan. Pick this, pick this, pick this. Oh yeah, let me come and anoint them. I don't know that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is where the kings come. Those people that Moses anointed.
Those people are not kings. They were leaders, quite all right.
They were
leaders. They were not kings.
The leader, what do they call them?
You know, when the people of Israel wanted, when the people of Israel wanted a king, they asked for king. They were not asking for leaders. They only had leaders. Their request was specific. We want a king.
They have a ruler somewhere. They have a leader who is the king. They have a leader who is the king. They have a leader who is the king. And when they begin to insult him, they begin to ask of before they were given sword. They have a leader who is the king. The leader of a clan is the king of that clan, not warrant chief, not chief.
Well, you do have a point there because the Bible actually says that Moses was king in Jeshurun.
I don't know.
And that was long before Samuel and something. The Bible specifically says that Moses was a king in Jeshurun. Maybe 1,000 years before that. You do have a point there.
He was that king. And the priests, he was that king. I said the priests are called the Igwe. Inumwe. Till today, go to your village.
So in that case, how do you account for the extreme republicanism of the Igbo people as a people?
Well, you're supposed to know They say,
I think it's common knowledge. You will agree that Igbos,
has king.
not about having king, but they generally have very little regard for kings.
I think
And
the
very
politicians that caused it.
that created that.
The politicians caused it. They begin to certificate warrant chiefs instead of the kings. Maybe you never understand what I'm talking about, these politicians. I said the politicians.
We know it was a deliberate, the institution of
deliberate
warrant chiefdom warrant chieftaincy was a deliberate ploy of the British colonial masters.
No, it's our people here.
Yeah, they use our people, but it was a deliberate ploy.
No, this does not concern our colonialism. No. I say it's Zik and Co.
The politicians.
The politicians.
As a political expediency.
When the white men came around, they respect our culture.
Are you saying that the Igbos are not Republican in nature?
We are. We are very, very. But when you talk about the British colonialism, no. It is our own politicians that ignored. For example, you can't go to Benin and say you have you have this. You can't judge it.
Would you not agree that Igbos are remarkably not amenable to kingly rulership?
The politicians destroyed our custom and culture.
So you are insisting
with the help of this,
you are insisting that the original culture of the Igbo people accommodated kings who ruled over them. Are you saying that Igbo people, whether Umweri or any part of Igbo land, at any point in time had absolute monarchies like the Yorubas had, where a monarch, where a king had the power of life and death over their subjects?
Yes, but because we have a powerful man, and I don't want to go into his history, by the person of Zik, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. He's our God. We respect him as God. Whatever he says is final. If he did not start with the warrant chiefs, all this we have priests, we have kings. I want you to hear this clearly. I'm telling you, if you're an Umweri man.
But we have very little time left, and we are still at the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. The program is Ofundi Igbo, and our topic is Igbo Ameze. Our guest here is Chief John Obika, popularly known as CD. He always laughs when I mention those days of CD. It makes you remember those days in the Kano, the footballing days and things, you know. So we are still talking with Chief Obika. And Chief, we have been talking about the phrase Igbo Ameze, and we've been saying that Igbos are generally regarded as a republican people.
Yes.
Who are not given to kingly control and discipline.
No. Please.
Who are independent-minded.
No.
Who are not given to obeying constitutional authority, especially monarchical authority. Are you challenging that?
I am totally challenging that and saying it was politicians. Otherwise, why should you have a...
How do you think that politicians would change the mindset of the people in a generation?
Listen, I remember I know Zik up to 19...
Zik was born 1904.
Listen,
he came of age maybe 1930
by
or
then,
thereabout.
We have Wednesday.
But those Ezes were not kings. Those Ezes were basically priests, like you have said. Those Ezes did not have like military power. They did not have punitive power. In that terms of judicial power, they could not.
Here in Umwe, Ezes here in Umwe don't buy anything in the market. Nothing they buy. If you go when the go was doing Savannah, about 1 lakh or more in Colombia. for firewood, and yeah, women are for water.
Well, Chief will have to take a break, and we will have
And they
Adim.
don't buy, if they see a woman, who is that woman? Can't bring her. This is, yes, yeah, in Igbo land.
Maybe let's take a break. Let's take a break and let's see if we can come back to this. Yeah, because we just have a few seconds left. This is the Center for Research Igbo History and Culture. We are still at Avery House, and we have been discussing with Chief Obika, who has been helping us to look into the topic, into the phrase Igbo Ameze, something that is widely attributed, a character trait that is widely attributed to the Igbo people. That is to say that Igbos are Republican in nature. So you are of that opinion. Well, we will take a break and we'll come back. We want to invite you, if you like what we are doing and you would like to support us, you might like to subscribe to our channel. Just look a little below this video. You will see the word subscribe in red. If you click on it, it is free, absolutely free. You will subscribe to this channel. That means you'll be able to see our past videos from the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. And also, you'll be notified the moment we upload any new videos on the history and culture of the Igbo people. We'll take a break now and we'll come back. Thank you. God bless you.